Welcome to Gerber's AccuMark software. AccuMark is the industry-leading intelligent pattern design, grading, planning, and marker-making software solution. This short video will walk you through just a few of the many features and functions of the AccuMark software. Let's start with the AccuMark Explorer, which is the gateway to all AccuMark functionality. AccuMark data is stored in folders called storage areas. These user-defined storage areas are where all AccuMark data is stored and organized. The AccuMark Explorer has a handy preview pane that allows you to see the data items in more detail. When you click on a data item in the center pane, you can get a preview of what that data item looks like in the right pane. So you can see a marker or a model, which is a group of pieces that constitute a style, or you can view a piece on its own. You can also customize your preview pane by adding images or model notes, and you can also see the status of data items, such as models and markers. Next, let's open a model in AccuMark Pattern Design. You can do this by simply double-clicking on the model name in the AccuMark Explorer. Once PDS opens, you can see your pattern pieces in the Piece Icon menu on the left side of your screen. You can quickly place the pieces in the work area in a variety of ways. In PDS, you can see all your main menu choices at the top of your screen. You can make very simple pattern changes in PDS, as well as very complex changes. Let's start with something simple, like adding length to a style. After I select the function from the icon menu, I can quickly select the points to move. I can hold my Shift key to keep the movement horizontal and enter my desired value in the user input area. Next, let's add some fullness to these lining pieces to match the self pieces. In AccuMark PDS, additions such as fullness, darts, and pleats are considered smart objects. Once added, they can easily be manipulated or deleted, which eliminates the need to store a pattern version without these added objects. The system remembers these objects and where they have been added to the pattern. In PDS, there are many functions that create new pieces, including a function to create binding. Simply select the lines that will require binding, and the binding piece is quickly created, with notches added to match the binding to the seams. You can also create more complex pieces in PDS, such as a skirt or a sleeve. Each function in the Create Piece menu will ask for a few important measurements in order to create the new piece. Just a few simple steps and you can easily create rectangles, sleeves, facings, bindings, fusibles, collars, skirts, and ruffles. You can also walk your pieces in PDS to check for accuracy. You can walk multiple lines from multiple pieces at one time, and you can control the direction of the walking. You can even adjust the line length of the pieces being walked so that they match one another perfectly. You can also add notches while walking for matching seams during sewing. Let's take a quick look at some of the powerful grading functions available in PDS. You can add or edit grading in a snap using the variety of create and edit functions. In this example, I am removing the length grade from the hem of the back panel and quickly copying that change to the front panel. I can verify my grade using the grade measure functionality and quickly check the differences of line lengths on all sizes. You can also have multiple dimensions of grading by assigning multiple size lines. For example, for these jeans, I have created a second dimension of grading just for the inseam. This allows me to grade the girth of the jeans in one dimension and the inseam in another. I can then order my jeans using a combined size of jean size plus inseam. Measurement tables can then be created right in PDS to verify and record your pattern measurements. Once you open the basic text file in PDS, you can populate the table by using the measurement functions in the Verify menu. Simply click on the point of measure to be filled in, then select your desired method of measure from the Verify menu. You can measure from point to point, you can measure line length, and you can add several measurements together from several different pattern pieces. The measurement table is quickly populated with the graded measurements from your patterns. Once a measurement is filled in, you also have calculation options. For example, you can double or half a measurement. You can also add a constant value to a measurement to account for ease, for example. You can easily add or delete measurement rows to your table. Once you are finished filling in your table, you can also print the table or export it to an Excel file. When your measurement table is complete, simply save the model, and the measurement table is also saved and linked to that model. The Gerber AccuMark system has the industry's leading image functionality. Fabric, trim, edge finishes, or label images can be applied to your pattern pieces in PDS. Using the Image Place function in your Create menu, you can select one of your pieces, then select a fabric from your image folder. If you are applying a fabric, all the pieces with the same fabric code as the piece you have selected will automatically have the fabric fill. You can also apply trim images to your pieces, which are single designs that can be placed on the patterns that do not repeat. You have options to change the fabric or image properties in the image dialog box that appears, such as the anchor point, rotation, scale, or flip of the image. And you can preview your changes before you actually apply them. Once your trim images are placed, you have the option to move them and position them perfectly on each pattern piece. Fabric fill images will automatically grade with your pattern pieces, so the fabric will fill the largest size all the way to the cut line. Trim images can be graded in order to move and scale for all sizes of your patterns. The Gerber AccuMark system actually has a patent on the ability to maintain the color profile or spot color of your images. So you are guaranteed that the images you have placed in PDS will maintain the perfect color profile after marking and when the print file is created for cutting. You can also create costing markers right in PDS. Even if your patterns have not yet been graded, you can add quick grading for costing, which allows you to apply linear or percentage grade values in the X and Y directions. You can even store this grading on your pieces so you have a jump start on the grading process. You can then fill in the fabric width and the fabric cost, and then let the system do the work behind the scenes. AccuMark is used to make the marker, so no manual intervention is needed. Once AccuMark is finished, you will see the marker and the AccuMark report, which is where you can find your costing information. Let's take a quick look at the powerful marker making functionality of the AccuMark system. You can order a marker right in PDS using the Marker Wizard tool. This handy tool walks you through all the steps needed in order to create a marker. Simply select your model and then enter the quantities you want for each size. Then select the lay rules, or how you allow your pieces to be flipped or rotated during the marker making process. Lastly, set up a naming convention and fabric widths, and you are ready to process your markers. Once processed, Easy Marking automatically opens your newly generated markers. Of course, you can always manually place the pieces in a marker and use any of the easy marking functions to assist in the process. You can also draw a marquee box around a group of pieces and slide them into the marker all at one time. You can also use the more traditional method of ordering a marker with the Easy Order Editor tool from the AccuMark Explorer. Very similar to the marker wizard, you select your size quantities, your marker prefix name, fabric width, etc., and select the fabrics to be processed. You can choose to send your marker order through to batch processing, which is a powerful tool for processing marker data and creating plot, cut, or print files automatically. You can use the power of Gerber's AccuNest software to make your markers with excellent efficiency without any human intervention. AccuNest is a very powerful nesting tool that can accelerate the marker making process and maximize material utilization. Thank you for watching this brief AccuMark overview. Make sure to ask your sales representative about AccuMark 3D and Unique PLM. Great strides have been made with these two products in the last few releases. We look forward to presenting you with a full feature demonstration of Gerber's suite of products that can provide a complete end-to-end solution for your company.